It look a little crooked. Yeah. There we go.
Which way? That way?
Like, there we go.
That way?
Yeah. Now it looks a little straight. All right, we rolling right into it, everybody. What's up? This is another episode of Wisdom and Wine. I'm your co-host, Kiara Williams, aka Miss Growth University. We got a very special guest here. We got your lovely host, Michelle Barris. Go ahead and tell them who you is, man.
What up with it, man? It's your boy Big, Antwon Cunningham, founder of Kiara Wine.
So we're going to show y'all the wine, because if you don't know, now you know. And if you don't know, you need to try it. So we had this right before we went to the Black Wine Fest a couple weeks ago, and it set us right off to get it started. So if you have had Kiara Wine, go ahead and drop a comment. Let us know what you think about it, and let's get rolling into it. We want to know a little bit more about you. Because you definitely have been doing some big things to rep for the city. You want me to call you Big, or you want me to call you Antwon?
Depending on the conversation, you know, we talking wine, it's Antwon, you know.
Okay. All right, so who rolling out the questions first? You want to roll the first question?
I think I want to know how you came up with the name.
So the name originally is it's my daughter's name. So when I was trying to come up with a name, when I decided I wanted to make wine, it was like, when I was trying to think, first it was like Antwon Wine. I'm like, yeah, that's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was trying different names, and I knew what my whole reason for doing it was to leave a legacy for my kids and my family. So then I start thinking of my kids' name and my daughter's name. I'm like, Kayla, Wine, nah. Then Kiara, it seemed like when you know you got something, it don't take too long to, like, as soon as I heard it, I just knew. I'm like, Kiara Wine, like, and that's it. So I named it after my daughter.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, and then when did you get started?
So I've been playing with wine for a little bit over 8 years. Like, something that I was always interested in. It's probably been 9 now, but going on a business for 4. So,
Okay.
yeah, I've been playing with it for a while. So.
Like, was there somebody who influenced you to get into wine? Like,
Yeah, so technically, like, I always tell this story, though, like, I was out of town with one of my cousins, and they was going into a meeting, and it was him and like 5 of his friends. And, at that point in time, I was kind of down bad. Like I said, I always loved wine. Even as an adult, I thought it was like some boss. You know what I'm saying? It's just something different about not even having my own, because that wasn't a thought at that time. Just seeing people that drink wine, it was more like your upper echelon bosses and stuff. So I'm watching my cousin in the meeting with his people, and he like when they all sitting there, they drinking wine and smoking cigars, and I'm like, it's the most boss shit ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so in the same sense, trying to find my lane and find myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ain't nobody doing wine, like, definitely where I'm from. So then, you know, went and bought me a little $500 Midwest supply kit. And the rest is history.
oh wow! So you started out of the house?
Yeah.
Just start doing it at your home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
By the way, right now we are sipping on an infused wine. Can you tell us a little bit about what we are sipping on today?
So right now we're sipping on a little bit of Climax. That's what we call it, Climax. Yeah, Climax. It's a kiwi flavor. Filled with CBD hemp.
Bruce said, Biggs, I forgot to call you yesterday. I went in the liquor store yesterday, and the day before I saw my brother Juan in there.
Period. What's up, my brother?
Felt good seeing that.
That's my
that's
tablet. I'm gonna step out for 1 second. Go ahead.
That's dope. Shout out to my brother Bruce, man. Thank you, man. So it was crazy because the Climax, perfect like going into what we like infused wine. Like at the time that I was coming with the CBD hemp, it was me trying to compete. So it's like you got, with me taking business management classes, you got your non-competition and direct competition.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when you walk into, perfect example, like my brother Bruce saying that he walked into the liquor store. When you walk into a liquor store, when you talk about non-competitive, like non-direct, you talking about a liquor store. So that's liquor, wine, champagne, whatever. And your direct competition is different brands of wine. So how do Kiara Wine, how can I make Kiara Wine stand out from all these other wine brands? You know what I'm saying? So presentation, like even with the logo, like people see that logo and like, I don't know what that, but wasn't nobody doing CBD hemp.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I called my aunt who helped me with everything as far as, man, my beginning stages and everything. Like when I got to where I kind of figured out my formula, but didn't have enough, like my supplies weren't big enough to bottle up 40 and 50 bottles. And I went to my aunt and man, he opened his door for me, which he also made wine as well. But,
Okay.
The climax, like I said, I went to him like, man, you think we can get some CBD hemp juice? You know what I'm saying? And see how that worked. And we played with it. And man, he said I had something with it. And that was the first infused one. So climax.
Now is Climax the only one you have? That's
No,
CBD infused?
I got one called Intimacy as well. It's a strawberry flavor.
Okay.
Climax is a kiwi flavor. So.
Okay. These names a little freaky now.
Yeah. So it's definitely, you know what I'm saying? Because I think personally, like,
Yes, hold on. What's in
like
there
so
still?
for example, like, it's funny because like even at the wine fest, like, you know what I'm saying? When people read the names, it entices you.
It's catchy.
Like, it's
Yeah,
catchy.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you want, for me, wine is sexy. Like wine is, you know what I'm saying? It's a swag. Like, so you gotta have some. Can't just be like, here go peach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this pleasure peach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exotic watermelon. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna make you, let me try that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like climate, ooh. Like,
Right.
so.
Okay.
It's crazy because yesterday we playing with names because I got a new flavor coming for the 4-year anniversary. It's gonna be a limited edition. So y'all the first to hear it.
This is exciting.
Forbidden and Great is on the way.
Forbidden and great.
Forbidden.
Forbidden great.
Forbidden grape. Y'all heard it here first on Wisdom and Wine.
You hear me?
Do you
Okay.
have yet a time frame when it's going to be?
So
When's the 4 years?
the 4-year anniversary is in July.
Okay.
So I'm working on a 4-year, like a party, and I'm gonna drop the bottle. It's gonna be special. It's limited edition, and they're gonna be $50 bottles. But
Okay.
you gotta see everything that's gonna come with it.
Okay. Yeah. So is the bottle going to be like different as
It's
well?
gonna be
Like
different.
special?
Special. Like it's special. Like to be doing this for this small amount of time and being where I'm at with it, like the biggest blessing in the world. So it's like, man, people really truly love drinking the wine, and it's like, man, I gotta give them something. Like I'm always thinking of how I can make it better.
Yeah.
So this 4-year anniversary one is gonna be one for the ages.
Hey,
Yeah.
All right. That's
Yeah.
good to hear. So, I love to see you putting on for the city of Dayton. Can you tell us about what one of your biggest or some of your biggest accomplishments thus far in you being in business the past almost 4 years?
With the wine,
Yeah.
man, the wine I done met a few celebrities. So like you got Cynthia Bailey and Ma Bailey. They got the wine cellar. Well, they did have a wine cellar in Atlanta, so that kind of got me some exposure down that way.
That's
I
big.
remember when they first, like, it's a lady from Atlanta that was buying them by cases. So
wow.
she the one that was telling me, like, I'm gonna get it down there for you, woo, woo, woo. And so when when she told me, and she telling me like Cynthia Bailey, I'm looking like, oh, okay. Because I don't know who she is. So one day I just happened to be talking to a couple of my people, and I'm like, yeah, my people in Atlanta, they telling me they gonna put it in Cynthia Bailey hand. They like, the model? Like, you know what I'm saying? Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah.
I'm like, she on that? Like, so I didn't know how big she was, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big accomplishment. Then like from DJ Envy,
Whoa.
yeah, me and him done link. He done had the wine. Ha Davis. Shout out my brother Jason. He just had him in his PUA movie.
Nice.
Does DJ Envy do something with wines or no? Am I thinking?
Nah.
He just does cars and
Yeah,
stuff
he's
like
more
that.
on
Okay.
cars.
Okay.
So, man, I had a meeting with Lorenz Tate. Met him, the dude that played Big. I can't never think of dude's name. Something Hardrick. But I think he was married to like one of the Tiara Tamara, Mark.
Okay.
So I met him. My dude DeMarco had set that up for me.
Corey Hart? You talking about
Corey Hart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was married to, I think it's Tia.
Yeah, yup. Then what's man, a lot of celebrities like my brother Bobo, and my cousin Bird. Like they'll bring people down here and make sure they get some Kiara Wine while we're here. So like, man, it's been big blessings. Then like even to like being in the Black Wine Fest recently.
Yeah.
Meeting a lot of like. Got a meeting with Jungle Jim about getting the wine in there, so it's like, man, blessings on top of blessings.
Yes.
Yeah.
So have you been like, is there any place in Cincinnati as of yet that sells your wine? Or is that something you're trying to work on?
That's so just from the Black Wine Fest, that's why we was talking like the networking.
Yeah.
I did meet a lady that's wanting to invest, that's about to retire and want to do a location down in Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was like, even with meeting now the people like meeting that lady and somebody that's believing in me, that's willing to invest, like the best feeling in the world. Like, so yeah, me and her been talking. I've been going up to Cincinnati area since, like on the weekends.
Yeah.
Dropping off wine, so there's big support out there.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
And you know what? As I've been listening to you talk about your accomplishments, it's almost like I'm having a moment where I'm looking at you like, wow, you had a plan, but God had another plan for you that you didn't even see. You just was literally just falling into alignment and just walking into it, and all of these blessings have came out of it in such a short span of time.
Yeah.
So like, do you have any goals that you like would like to talk about today that you have, even if it's just in the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Where would you like to see Kiara Wine go?
So the biggest thing, like I always tell my daughter, like it's one day the whole world gonna know your name. You know what I'm saying? That's my why.
Yeah.
And that pushed me even when it's slow, cause you be in business, you know how that go. Like some days, man, I'll be sitting on, like I just told you, I go through 4 cases yesterday. Then it may be a day where I don't sell a bottle, so you get, I ain't gonna say discouraged, but I think I just know like it's it, like it's, you come across a lot of people, like how we was talking about the festival.
Yeah.
And different festivals, or even just people in general. I got inboxes where people tell me like, this is the best wine they ever drunk in their life, and these is people that's connoisseur, like that.
Yeah.
That dude is like, or being at a wine fest with over 40 vendors, and some of the biggest names of black wines there, and people coming back to my table like, this is the best shit in here. Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, it's to keep expanding. Like, I'm big with no ceilings. Like, even if I reach one goal, we gonna set another one. So that's how I move. Like, I got small goals, I got big goals. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tackle every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
So what does your, like, how old is your daughter?
daughter 15. She about to turn 16.
How does she feel about it?
So at first, my daughter is real like shy. So she real like, we'll go in the grocery store or something. And people like, so I know a lot of people. So she really hate like, we'll stop 20 different times in the store. She'll be like, Dad, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? And when I like will meet people and they ask about the wine, I'll be like, this is my daughter. So she'll get real like shy about that. But now she coming more into it like Dad. Like even with one of the flavors that we did a limited edition on this Twisted Temptation, and she actually came up with the flavor for that. So, you know what I'm saying? She more want to be more active, and then I got 10% of my sales going into an account for her. And when she turn 18, we're going to be 50-50 business partners.
Wow.
So then
talk about building a legacy for sure.
So my son, he 21. He on me like, hold on, man. you ain't did nothing for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where my drink at? So we working on a champagne for him. It's gonna be called tomorrow. So, you know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for that too.
Okay, that was nice. You plan to try to do that this year?
Man, we've been working on the champagne. It's in a similar line of wine, but man, getting it to do the bubbly, it's a little work. So it's a little bit more work than the wine. But we then figuring out the flavors, and so we working on it. But I was trying to drop it by the end of last year, but like you just said, it's God's plan. Like the plan there, but when it's time to come, it's gonna come. So.
Yeah.
That's probably so funny too, because your daughter, she famous for some stuff that she ain't even been able to sip on yet. For her 21st, you gotta put on for that baby.
Can you imagine the leverage she would have if she was to get into it with a girl like, well, I got a wine in my name. Like, what you got?
You don't know who I am.
Like, do you know my name? Do you know my name? It's a store.
Okay. Literally. And this is probably also a way that you are like boosting confidence and self-esteem in her in a way that you probably didn't even like think about when you were putting this wine into her name. You know, you probably are instilling some confidence, I imagine, in her that, first of all, that she can do anything that she wants to do. Like just seeing you being the business owner that you are, but also just knowing that her name is something that she should be so proud of, and that she can like stand tall and like hold her head high. Like I'm literally in store, so that's a beautiful thing as well.
I'm telling her like I'm proud to be her father. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a small token of my appreciation, because she's a great kid. Both my kids is great kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the least I could do is, you know what I mean? Like, but that's a small token.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of my appreciation that I could do something for y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that y'all could take on when I leave, you know what I'm saying? To keep building. So,
And you said she kind of get more involved. Does she have an interest in it?
Yeah, she do. I think she coming around more about her name being everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I think she's starting to like that, and like I said, like she'll get to talk about flavors and you should try this. So it's showing that she's interested.
Yes.
And
this is so good.
This is
really
smooth.
good.
Yeah. So I mean, then like that's something she act like she interested in as well. So.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? If you had to do your favorite, or you can even give like your top 3 from your brand. I ain't trying to, put you on the spot, but come on, like, what's your favorite thus far?
I swear that's like the number one question I get all the time outside of the name. Like, where do you get the name from? And then it's like, well, what's your favorite? Mm-hmm. And I always tell them, like, it sounds biased for me to tell you that it's all of them. Like, I really love, like, it's not one of them that I would, like, if all I had was Climax left, I'm drinking it. Like, if I had a go-to, it's like, I really don't have a go-to. I would probably say the newest one, because it's the newest. But like the Black Cherry, man, we had there like like a pre-order, and we did over 200 bottles before we even dropped it. Like, and the feedback is, so personally, like my sister Shamae, her favorite is Tropical Passion.
Okay.
Now she like, bro, I don't know. This black cherry, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? My bro Rick is Exotic Watermelon fan. He like
that watermelon.
That's what we had.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was
We had
it
the
was
watermelon.
so
It's still
good.
some at home, but that's what we had.
he said he like, I don't know, bro. This black cherry might pass this. So it's like the black cherry like way messing with people's favorites. You know what I'm saying? So I would say I do love the black cherry. I don't know. Like I don't think I can narrow it down.
Okay.
That's how good they is though. So,
Yeah.
I mean, then I like dry wine, so I got a dry red called Elegance,
Okay.
and but it's not your typical dry. It's dry, but it got flavor to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people at the wine fest, like, hold on, wait a minute, like this got some sweetness to it, and I'm like, I wanted to do something different. Like I really want to change the wine game. Like so, it was like, I don't want to do your traditional dry red.
Right.
Like I still want to give it some type of flavor. So a lot of people don't like the aftertaste. You know what I'm saying? So even with that's what I get a lot of. That's one of the biggest compliments I get because a lot of people wine give them headaches or a bad aftertaste, and that's something that a lot of people say that my wine don't do none of that. So
Yeah, I definitely, if I drink too much wine, get a little headache off of it.
yeah.
I'm over here feeling real good.
That's awesome. Kiara Wine.
Yes. So every business comes with challenges. Tell us about some of the challenges that you have experienced just as a business owner and as you've been growing your business.
Man, probably the biggest thing is just like cost of stuff going up and still trying to be able to like the cost of glass is higher. But this ain't for me not a get rich thing. Like this is just something I love to do. Like it's a passion of mine. So it's not about money for me, but they do help me take care of, my family and stuff. So the cost of glass, the cost of stuff done went up, but I stayed like with my prices and not taking them up. So now my profit ain't as much as it could be. That's literally probably the only. I'm blessed.
You sure are.
And you
Yeah.
saying it's not about the money is always like, I always tell people like when you walk into something and that's not your main focus, you'd be surprised how much the money will start coming through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's not right away, it'll start coming through because, God knows your heart when you walk into something. You know what I mean?
Heart posture is everything.
So if you walk into just like whatever happens, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's always better to do that because then it just starts overflowing and you be like, dang, I wouldn't expect it to be like this. Like, this wasn't what I wanted out of it, but okay, I'll take it,
like when you say, like I said, like being in doing this and they ain't been 4 years and we're like how we ain't done been in like 8 different states, you know what I'm saying? Meeting people and people like, man, that's the dude that make Kiara Wine, or you know what I'm saying? Like how I told y'all like earlier, meeting the lady from her brand, you know what I'm saying? Her wine, I go to introduce myself and she know me. Like that was like,
dope.
that's how I'm looking like, you know me? Like, your stuff was in Bailey Wine Shop, wasn't it? I'm like,
I need to reach out to her because she actually said she'd be on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her down here too so we'll talk off camera about some things I'm working on, and I thought about y'all. So that was crazy.
Yeah, because she said she would love, like me and Tiara had these shirts on, and she was just, we was like, and then she said, I would love to come on. So we could like
She
have
got a
her
great
from where
story.
she is, do a split screen, and just have her talk about her because her story is good.
Yeah, I love it.
About behind it.
And she good people and genuine, like.
Yeah. And just with me and Tiara being there and having these shirts on, like the lady who did, does the corkscrew.
Corkscrew.
We had that on here one day, and it's funny because we won't know who's like we'll have viewers, but you know what I mean? You'll see the numbers go up after it's usually always posted.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we like we'll normally hashtag the wine companies or whoever we have. And she said while we were standing in line, we looked familiar. And she
Yeah.
was like, I
So she
remember
tuned
she
in.
said, I paid
Oh, yeah,
attention to
yeah.
the tag. And she
There you go.
said, you guys had my wine on there.
Yeah.
And we was like, yeah. Like,
There you
so
go.
even though she didn't comment, she didn't say nothing, like she seen it.
She
You
seen
know,
that.
so you know, sometimes you don't really, even if your numbers ain't through the roof and you ain't doing these, you know, millions of viewers like people are seeing people do, you'd be surprised who's in the background
Who's
just
still
watching.
watching, yeah.
Who's watching.
That's
And they're
right.
paying attention, they're
That's
taking
right.
note. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
always important to present yourself, you know,
At all
just
times.
assuming that somebody's
Like,
out there.
Because that's even with like Facebook. You could, let's say a story, you'll put a story up. The story may be like 1,000 people viewed it, but you get 10 likes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I'm not big on likes or none of that. I feel like I tell anybody, definitely with the wine, I'm like, man, my goal is to put the wine to your lips. And once it touch your lips, then I'm confident that you'll become a part. Like when I first started, of course, like people was probably like supporting it because it's, oh, you bruh, let me try your wine out, or you know what I'm saying, we supporting black business or this.
Yeah.
But now it's like, nah, this is good. Like I'm not buying it. It's not
Delicious,
buying it because
yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's nah, you got a great product. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
even a little, it's crazy because how small the world is. Like the Love Corkscrew lady, me and her take a picture. I'll post it. She from Chicago. One of my sisters from Chicago. So when I post a picture, my sister like, she tagged her name like, you met my baby brother, and
Yeah.
they get to interact, and I'm like, you know, the Love Corkscrew lady. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So
yeah.
then she done friend requested me now. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, like, and then I even listen to her story. Like, man, they all go getters. Like, man, you got to turn your dreams to reality. That's something I tell anybody when I mentor
Yeah.
and do all that. Find out what your why is, and let that overcome your why not. You know what I'm saying? And just turn that dream to a reality. That's the only thing that stopped the dream from becoming a reality is if you don't go get it. You know what I'm saying? The dreams stay a dream. So.
Right.
And so for those people who don't know how to get in touch with you, how to, you know, interact with you, how to get a bottle of wine, can you go ahead and just put that out there for the people who haven't had the pleasure of tasting this wine yet? Because if you haven't, you really need to try it. It's definitely a product worth trying if you are a wine drinker. Tell them how to get in touch with you,
You
B.
can reach me, Antwon Cunningham on Facebook, Kiara Wine on Facebook, the Kiara Wine Company on Instagram. If you're in a city location, Dayton, you can go to Gem City Market, Tasty Bird, More for Less Liquor Store. We're in all those spots. We in Arena, Ohio Chiefs. If you go to lounges, Sheiks.
That's a big deal. You saying
Yeah.
a lot of places.
Yeah.
I'm so proud
Shout out
of
to
you,
my
B.
brother Ron C. We about to get it in the taste. Like,
Oh yeah.
so we've been grinding, man.
Yeah.
I'm blessed, man. I'm always smiling. My energy is everything.
It is.
And I think one of my life changes was once I really became where I didn't let nothing stop my positive energy, I was able to grow.
Yeah.
Like when I was consuming negative energy and had negative people around me and negative things,
Right.
man, I could take 2 steps forward but get 3 steps back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Makes
I
a
could
huge
never.
difference.
Yeah. Now it's like I don't even associate with I don't even like my kids. Like, man, if they own they little mood swings, just hey, be blessed. Like
Yeah.
talk to you tomorrow. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We'll talk
Protecting
tomorrow.
your
Yeah,
energy,
you gotta protect your
absolutely.
energy at all costs. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
And I think I ended up, the first time I ended up reaching out to you about wine. I think I saw it on Facebook.
That's what's up. Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, and I think I reached out, and you happened to be in Trotwood too, and brought it to my house, and that's how we met. Remember? And the first time when you brought it over, and I think I got a couple bottles off of you because I'm a big like black business owner, like supporter. You know what I mean? Like it's big for me, and yeah. So I'll go try to my best to keep that in mind, you know, as much as possible. So I think I might have seen it posted and people, because I always actually supported your uncle's business. I always bought my wine there. I would even buy it to take to my sisters in Cincinnati at the time because she liked the blueberry Pinot they had there.
I promise you, ain't no Kiara Wine without and auntie. Like Linda and Jake is the like I said, like even just getting into that niche and going to them about wanting to, because I was serious and love it, and go to them about growing because they established. He could have easily been like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? If he had that mindset, like competition or anything, instead he took me under his wing and gave me the game, like the blueprint for free. Like, people don't even like giving you the game for free. So,
say that.
Like, ain't no Kiara Wine without him. So it's like, if you don't buy Kiara Wine, make sure you go to J&W. You know what I'm saying?
I got another wine in there. I didn't bring it just in case we needed it.
Outside of that, now, you know, anybody else, I'm going to tell you, nah. You know, I ain't going to say, nah, you could try them, but it ain't going to be better than them two.
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah, for sure, man. I love them for life.
Yeah. When I was still living up here, I was considering me and Tiara doing a show in there, like going to talk to them and sitting in there because it's such a cool little vibe. And they would see me all the time because I would go in there like at least once a month and stock up.
Y'all gotta do that.
So we should try to do that one time and have somebody
I'm gonna call him after this and we're gonna set that up.
He knows my face. They know my face because I've been in there so much.
Man, they heart of gold, both of them. Like,
and it's such a cute little spot.
And it's a dope spot, man. I love them more than life. Like, can't nobody say nothing bad about them.
Yeah, when I first moved to Trotwood and discovered it, I was like, oh, wait, this little wine place over here. Let me go in here. I was like, let me go in here. I went in there and tasted some.
I'm talking about like Miss McDonough Mayer and Trotwood at the time. Like, man, she speak highly of them. Like, they're a big imprint into the community of Trotwood and surrounding areas.
Yeah, they was always very friendly when I go in there.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. That's the one place I probably miss in Charlotte when I'm living up there. Just because I would go in there a lot.
That's what's up.
And buy like 3 or 4 bottles just because I give it to people or just to have it in case I have company or, you know.
Wine is the best company drink. You know what I'm saying? Like when you had, I'm like, man, even at a point in time, I remember like this was probably about a year ago. When the Taylor Port had that little moment where everybody was getting Taylor Port.
I have never tried that till this day. I know Tiara has, but I have never tried it till this day. I see it, but I've never tried it.
So you got, man, there was a lot of people at that point in time, like, man, you should get your percentage higher, like, you know what I'm saying, alcohol percentage higher. And I'm like, for me, like, that take away from the essence of what wine does. Like, I'm not, wine ain't supposed to get you drunk. Like, that's what liquor do. If that's what you want to get, if you want to get drunk, then you should drink liquor. Like, you know what I'm saying? But wine is like, it mellow you down and it's a different
like a relaxing.
It's just relaxation.
Chill.
So even with the CBD hemp, you know, that's actually medication that helps with like arthritis, relaxing. So it was like 1 + 1 is 2 to me. So why not put that in wine?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's already helping something that is doing to another level. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm like, they like Taylor Pro. Like, 21%. That's liquor. That's
absolutely ridiculous. But that's good that you have that mentality as well. Like, you know, and that's you staying true to your product.
Right,
you know, even though it's a competitive business, you don't feel like you need to do certain things to your brand, you know, to compete with other brands because that's what's going to make you stand out. So,
I was on that. Yeah. I'm like, that may be the wine for you then. You know what I'm saying? That may be the wine.
Port your way out of my face.
I like a wine with the taste. If I go to somebody's house and they have dry wine, like I'm gonna drink it because you know I'm not something gonna be like, you know, like it's you know complimentary, but I prefer some with a little
with some
some taste to it.
Yeah, I get people.
But I'm not a wine connoisseur, but I do like to drink.
You like to drink? I love wine. Like I drink wine with my cigar outside of bourbon liquor. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like man, I get in my thoughts, like thinking, what's my next move? I'm hitting my guard, drinking my wine, like this nigga a boss, like they looking like. But then I tell you what's funny too, at the wine fest, right? So I know about the connoisseurs, but you know, you hear the stories, but it's like, to see it in person was different. Like, so they coming in, you know, everybody do the swirl.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody swirling.
We didn't think about it here. We should have been doing the swirl too, just to,
I did it a
you
couple times.
little swirl like.
I'm talking about they holding the glass in a whole way that I didn't even know you hold the glass. Like, so they going like this, is whipping. Then I'm talking about then one of the people they like.
Yeah, smelling it.
Oh yeah, you smell the peaches. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the guy from Jungle Gym, man, he sipped the dry and he got the goggling like. And that was the first time I ever seen that. Now, I done seen the swirl and I done seen people smell it, but he got the goggling and
Wow.
And he like, then he sit there, he like, I love it. Here's my card. Get with me. Like,
You should definitely get with him.
I definitely.
That would be really
reached out
dope to have it down there.
I had
Because one thing I'll say about Jungle Gyms, if you can't find a wine somewhere else, you're gonna find it at Jungle Gyms.
for sure. I went there
Jungle Gyms is
last.
that spot.
So when I went up there to deliver wine, I had people meet me at Jungle Gym just because that's a location I know most people probably know.
Right.
So once I had sold the bottles and stuff, I just happened to like go in there, but waiting on them. They like, hold on, like I just came through the entrance. I don't see. It's like 4 different entrances in this one.
It's huge.
Like it's humongous. So
It's
I'm
huge.
like,
And it's
wow,
gotten bigger. Since
that's
over the
crazy.
years. It
Man,
used
that
to be.
mug looked like a amusement park.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was, that was crazy.
The little, like, I think it's like that front part from Route 4 that looks like a plaza more. It has like Starbucks and everything.
Yeah,
it
that's
has
where I
like the
ended up
shopping.
going in the
That was
second
like new. It wasn't always that part wasn't
So
always
that's the
connected.
rhino. That's what I found out. Like it was, so they got them sectioned off like the giraffe, rhino, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm walking around like a kid.
When
in
that
the
opened up, it was a big deal.
Yeah, so I had bought some jackfruit because I'll be, vegan / vegetarian. So try to eat healthy as possible.
Mm-hmm. You can get anything in Jungle Gyms. I
Yeah.
told her about Jungle Gyms. You can get anything.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
I want to go in there and see if I can find me some lion's mane.
It's just
You'll find
you'll find it. It's just you walk around, but it's so much. It's like
so big,
overwhelming.
yeah,
You'll be
lost.
like, I don't know what. It's like going to IKEA. You know how you go in IKEA, you're like, what in the heck? But it's a grocery store.
I'm like, how I get back out though? We're not no section again. They got like 30 lanes to bring out at.
Yeah, it's huge.
Packed. Yeah,
It's huge.
it's packed.
Shout out to Jungle Gyms.
And
there's other ones. It's not just the one in Cincinnati. That was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Frank Nitty?
Yeah.
That's my dog too.
Yeah, that's my dog too. Big support from
blessings.
him. Big love.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any more questions, Kiara?
I've asked you pretty much everything that I do have one more question. I wanted to ask you, what do you consider your target audience? Like, do you have a target audience?
I do. So originally when I started making wine, it was, catering to black women. It wasn't even an age group, but just catering to black women. So that's what made me come up with the Moscatos, basically, because most black women love sweet wine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once it started growing, what made me start messing with the dry, like, so my dry red is a Merlot, and then I'm working on my white Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
So what made me want to get into the dry wine is because I started meeting people like the state representatives and people, where we got at a golf out in, I don't even know how to shoot golf, but I'm sitting here with millionaires, like basically. And now they wives, even with they semi-sweet, you know what I'm saying? But most of the guys are dry wine drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, now I'm about to be around, or I'm being around more people that's corporate, and they like dry wine, and now they know I make wine, so they asking me about the wine, and I don't have nothing to give them because I don't have nothing to cater to them. So I started working on the dry wine like 2 years ago, and I dropped it last year, and it's actually been a good seller for me.
That's good.
Even with the, it wasn't doing real too, you know what I'm saying, like with like here, but as far as like out of town and even like corporate events like how the Black Wine Fest, we sold like some other stuff. So.
Yeah, and it's just still good to have the balance, you know,
Yeah,
so
for
that you can cater to people who have asked.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And I do have one more question I was going to ask her, I forgot. But so we had talked about, she'd asked you about, it kind of goes off her asking like the challenges you had faced. But my question is, Dayton isn't considered, you know, a big city. So growing up and being here and starting it here, do you feel like that was more challenging than if you was maybe in a bigger spot? Or do you think it helped because your name was able to get out there more because it is smaller?
It's crazy because I had just made a post literally like a week ago. Like, do y'all consider Dayton like a wine base? Like, where it's a lot of people that like wine, like as far as if you're a seller or. I think like being in Dayton, the support from the community because you know everybody like was cool, but in the expansion of like where it can go, being in a smaller city, like if it would have took off, like say if I lived in Los Angeles compared to
Right.
Dayton,
Right.
it's different. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah,
maybe
right.
in 4 years, if I was doing it in Cali, even with being where I'm at now,
Or like
it's
Atlanta,
great. Or like Atlanta, like maybe like Charlotte, like maybe Atlanta right now. We went down there
Charlotte.
and did that event, and they it was almost like they demanded it. Like, "Man, you coming back next year?" And my sister made that happen. She went down there for me, set up, and people like that's what I'm saying. Like when you get to go in different places, and people in Charlotte telling my sister like, tell him he got the best wine I ever drunk in my life. Like
Wow.
this is crazy. Like hearing that is good is one thing. When you get to getting people saying like this the best wine, or you comparing it to some of the best wines, like that's the best feeling in the world. But like to tap on that question, like say if it was Atlanta and I started down there, it probably would be bigger.
Yeah.
As far as where it's at than it is being for Dayton, but man, I wouldn't change it for the world. Though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just feel like there's like you know you have that double-edged sword. You know,
Yeah,
being in a small
it is.
city,
Yep,
that
yep.
there's the perks. Because even me living here for a short period of time, the networking was like so. I felt like so easy. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
network because it was so small. Like, but you know, even compared to Cincinnati, because it's more spread out.
Yeah, well,
You know,
I said,
Cincinnati's
like
more
you
spread out. So
just like you just said with the neck, like from doing the wine fest, man, I done went through about 10 cases in 2 weeks. Just from the people from the wine fest from Cincinnati, like
it's
So-
grown so much
so-
down there. Just from
yeah.
me being up here 8 years and going back, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but that's why I was asking. So then it was like, then you have the you know, the quote unquote, what would be a negative, possibly being a small city, trying to get your name more out there.
Out there,
So,
yeah.
because
It's
people
more
know of
opportunity, so
Dayton, but it's just like,
it's
it's
not-
still smaller.
it's
So
smaller.
it's like, and people is very kind of,
It's more opportunities in bigger cities.
yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So like, even meeting that lady I was telling y'all about, she from Cincinnati that's willing to invest and open up a location in Cincinnati. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was major. Like, when she said, like I had my brother with me, we was just sitting chilling when she called. We playing dominoes, and when she called, she said, she telling me like how much they love the wine, but she was talking about like I want to invest in something. And I know, she said, I know that this gonna be the next big thing with wine,
Yeah.
and I gotta be the one that be there when it that was crazy to me. Like, I teared up. My brother's sitting there teared up, like, because this is what you dream of. Like, you know what I'm
She
saying?
was speaking that over your life.
Yeah,
So.
she was, man.
Yeah.
And then just knowing the kind of person she is, like, man, she a great person. It ain't like money motive, but it's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, we could do one today. And she was like, that more, like, I'm more comfortable in Cincinnati, which, like I said, Cincinnati, like, even if, just think about, like, clubs and stuff. Like, we got clubs down here and everything, but you got people that will drive to Cincinnati just because, you know what I'm saying, it's Cincinnati, like, you know what I'm saying, bigger city. And
It's became a lot more metropolitan over the years.
yeah, for sure.
It wasn't back prior to me moving up here. It wasn't. I didn't feel like at all, but it's definitely bloomed, and they've embraced a lot more black-owned businesses within the past few
She
years
said
where that wasn't the case.
Is that downtown, like the Rye, the Rhine?
Over the Rhine.
Over the Rhine.
Over
yeah.
the Rhine,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So that's
Over the
where
Rhine.
we're looking at for location.
Be nice if you did
Yeah.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
So it's,
I said that kind of quiet below. It'd be nice
They,
if you could get a nostalgia.
so,
Because they have only a lot of black-owned. That's
Didn't
what
we
what
have
was
Lord
yeah.
Love Corkscrew there? Didn't
No,
we?
we had Black Girl Magic.
That, okay, I knew we
Black
had
Girl
one of the
Yeah.
bigger brands when we
Yeah.
went.
like, even like I would having your name next to those wines and people being like, you got your wine better. And it's like, hold on, even Black Girl Magic, like,
Big. You.
that's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
that's how,
yeah.
when I'm walking out of that wine fest, I'm in awe. Like, man, you had, like I was telling y'all earlier, Tia and Tamara wine, Mary J wine, her wine, Love Corkscrew, Black Girl Magic, E40 wine was there, Cove. Like, I know of all these people, like,
Yeah.
and people like, nah, Kiara Wine. Like, that's it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then with nostalgia, man, Sean Wayne's or Marlon Wayne's was down there
Yes.
a couple years ago.
Yes.
Was it about a year and a half? About a year and a half.
Yeah.
It was. Yes,
I think it was
before
about a
the
year and a half.
It was before the holidays.
Before
Yeah.
the holidays.
Yeah.
And that's the one time somebody had said something about Kiara Wine to them about getting it in there, and they looked me up on Instagram. We ended up having a couple conversations, but I never got out there. So I need to get out there.
Yeah.
You need to get out
Nostalgia
there.
is
Yeah.
definitely.
You need to go to nostalgia.
That's where
I
everybody
do know it's
talking
a
about.
woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woman owned. I know it's a black people who owns that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely need
Yeah.
to try to go down there and see if you can get
I
some
might
type
do
of
that
meeting.
next weekend for sure.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm down
wine
there.
place. Me and her went down there. It's called Rebel.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
cute joint.
That was a
Yeah.
cute little joint.
Oh
They
yeah.
have their own, but they,
They do.
Still.
Okay.
I think they had different brands there, didn't they? I thought.
Yeah.
But they do have, I think, their own. They was at the Black Wine Fest, I think.
Okay.
It's
Right.
REVEL.
I'm gonna have to check into them too.
It's a nice little lounge downtown.
I'm on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep expanding. Keep expanding.
You know, if I
Yes.
can tell you, I'm
For sure. You know I know. I was happy to see when you hit the corner, it's like, bro, I'm like, oh, yeah. I should have
We
known
was
y'all was
looking.
gonna be in the building. Yeah, like I should have
We
known.
was
Yeah.
looking
for
Yes.
you.
That's
Yeah.
what's
But
up.
you know, when you look for somebody, you're looking out there. We wasn't looking like you'd be right there.
Yeah.
When we watched.
I know we
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
everywhere
I
else.
was like, I was like, he was right there. Like, we
Yeah.
looking around like, where's he at?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
we was definitely looking, but you know.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I
And
love
we
it.
I
gonna
got
speak
you
it
if I
into
know
existence,
something.
Big, that you got so many more people to touch, so many more states to touch. God is not finished with you or your brand. In Jesus' name, we just gonna speak that into existence. And I want you to know it truly is a pleasure
Yes.
to sit next to you. You definitely are inspiring me, just telling me all of your accomplishments. And I look forward to continuing to watch you grow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes. So we appreciate you coming
I
on.
appreciate you.
Y'all go out there, support.
Pop that wine for your ladies'
one more
night.
time.
Pop that
Right.
wine for your date night. Pop that
night.
wine for
Right,
yourself.
Yeah.
Say one
You gonna
time the
do that.
name and where they can go get it.
Kiara Wine. You can get with me. You can get me on Facebook. You can get me on as Antwon Cunningham or Kiara Wine. I got my professional page. You can go on
Like a bottle
Instagram. You
girl.
know what I'm saying? The Kiara Wine Company. You know what I'm saying? If you out in the club, man, you at Ohio Chiefs. You at the Arena. You at
Gym City.
Gym City Market, Tasty Bird, More for Less Liquor Store, Sheiks, The Taste. Tell them you want some Kiara Wine, relaxing on wine, sir.
And for my people in Cincinnati, keep supporting him, please.
Yeah, I love
and
y'all.
let's try
Thank
to get him down there too. So
ASAP. In
get
Jungle
this going,
Gym.
get this going.
ASAP.
In Jungle Gym. Let's get him down there too.
In these wineries. ASAP.
All right.
It's happening.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank y'all for tuning in
Salute.
to another episode of Wisdom and Wine with Big.
Finish.
Yeah.